This particular question deals with differential calculus and the concept of maxima, minima, that sort of thing. And in order to do this, you also need to know something about IGCSE area, volume, surface area concept. Now, first of all, we have a prism over here, and we know this prism, we have this side as twice x, and this is length. So that's what we know. We also know this is an equilateral triangle. That means all the sides are equal. So this is this all are equal and all are twice x. We also know that if it's an equilateral triangle, then this has to be 60 degrees. So all of them, all the angles are also 60 degrees. So that's what we know. And this length is L. So the rectangle BCDF is horizontal and the triangles are vertical. So that means this makes 90 degree with the ground. So if we draw a line over here, and if we draw this line, this would be 90 degree. That's what it means. Now the total surface area is S centimeter square and the volume is V centimeter cubed. Now let me talk a little bit about what a surface area is. A surface area is the sum of all the area on the surface. Now think about this. We have this triangle, then we have this triangle. So we have two triangles on the surface. Then on the floor we have this rectangle, and on the two sides we have one slanted rectangle like this, and on the other side we have another slanted rectangle like this. So we have this. We have 1, 2, 3 rectangles and we have 2 triangles. Altogether we have 5 surfaces. When we add up the 5 surfaces, we will get the total surface area. Remember that. So in order to do this sum, the first thing we have to write down some sort of an expression. So total surface area equals to, first of all, area of a triangle is half AB sine theta. Since all the sides are twice x, it would be half into twice x into twice x, and the angle is 60 degree. So sine 60 degree. And since we have two triangles like this, one in front and the other at the back, we will write multiplied by 2. Then we have the two rectangles. So one side of the rectangle is twice x and the other side of the rectangle is L. So we can write this as twice x into L. And since there are two rectangles like that, we're going to write times 2. And then we have the floor, the fifth surface, which is length into breadth, and that is also this side is twice x and that is L, twice x into L. Now let's simplify this. So what happens, this 2 and this 2 cancels off and we get 2 to the 4 x squared. And if you remember, sine 60 degree is going to be root 3 by 2. So this is root 3 by 2 plus, now this is twice x into L. So if you multiply by 2, this would be 4xl plus this is 2xl. So altogether there is going to be 6xl, and this 2 cancels, and we can write twice root 3 times x squared plus 6xl, and that's the surface area. We have proved it. So let's write it down in that format. So 2x squared square root of 3 plus 6xl. So we have a surface area. Now in question number B, we have to find the expression for volume if the surface area is 690. Let's start with the volume first. So volume is area of cross section into length. Area of cross section means if you take a knife and keep cutting it like a bread, all the faces should look the same. That's a surface area. So the surface area is going to be the triangle. So surface area of cross section is going to be the triangle. So it's going to be half AB twice x into twice x into sine theta, which is sine 60, area of cross section into length. Length is going to be L. So this 2 and this 2 cancel. This is going to be 2x square into root 3 by 2 and multiplied by L. So this is going to be, this 2 and this 2 cancels. It is going to be x square root 3 multiplied by L. Now if you notice, you will see that there is no L here in the volume. So in order to find the expression for the volume, we have to get rid of this L, and for that we have to use the surface area expression that we just used. So we can write for S equals to 960 we can write 2x squared square root of 3 plus 6xl equals to 960. Let's send everything to the other side. 6xl equals to 960 minus 200x squared square root of 3. Therefore, L equals to 960 minus 2x squared square root of 3 divided by 6x. So we found an expression for L. Now we can get back to the sum and we can write hence volume equals to x squared square root of 3 multiplied by L is going to be 960 minus 2x squared square root of 3 divided by 6x. Now we can cancel this off. We can cancel this x with this x squared, and then we can write it as 6 by, so x by 6, and let's multiply this square root of 3, and that would be 960 square root of 3 minus 2x squared. Square root of 3 into square root of 3 is 3. Now we can divide by 6 and multiply it by 6x. So x by 6, that is going to be 960 by 6 is 160. So this is going to be 160x square root of 3 minus, now this 3 to the 6 divided by 6, so the 6 is going to be cancelled, so it is going to be x cubed. So we have shown the expression. The next part is the maximum minima question. So use calculus to find the maximum value of v. So remember, we know that first of all the derivative dv by dx, so it is going to be 160 square root of 3, and when we have x we just get rid of the x. That's what happens. Remember, the derivative d by dx of ax is going to be a. So the derivative d by dx of 160 root 3x is only going to be 160 root 3. And then we have minus x cubed. X cubed is going to be 3x squared. So we know the derivative now. So we know at the maxima, at the maximum point, at the maxima, the derivative dv by dx is going to be 0. So remember, at the maximum rate, derivative is 0. So we can write 160 square root of 3 minus 3x squared equals to 0. That would be 160 square root of x equals to 3x squared. Therefore, 160 square root of 3 divided by 3 equals to x squared. So this would be x equals to square root of 160 square root of 3 by 3, and that is 160 times square root of 3 divided by 3 square root of that answer, that is 9.611. 9.611. Now we have to find the maximum value of v, so let's plug it in. So when x equals to 9.611, v equals to 160 square root of 3 9.611 minus 9.611 whole cubed. So this turns out to be 160 multiplied by square root of 3 multiplied by 9.611 minus 9.611 whole cubed, and that is 1775.7. 1775.7. So the answer to the nearest integer is going to be volume equals to 1776. Remember the unit cm cubed. Justify that the value of v found in part C is maximum. So that means the second derivative rule. That's how we justify. So for the second derivative rule, we have to find the second derivative. So second derivative d2v by dx squared, we have to differentiate this. So it is going to be 160 square root of 3, that's a constant, so it will be 0, minus 3x squared, so x squared is going to be twice x. So this is going to be minus 6x. So now we have to put the value of x equals to 9.611 and see what happens. So d2v by dx squared equals to minus 6 into 9.611. We don't need the actual value of this. We just need to know whether this is negative or positive. So it is negative. So we write, since d2v by dx squared is less than 0, v is maximum.